Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Hi, MLT family. Thanks for tuning in to Mainline today's Fit Fest. I'm Dr. Janine Darby. I'm a double board certified obesity and family medicine physician. I'm a best-selling author, CEO of Lifestyle Changes, a virtual medical practice. I help moms get their sexy back by providing a comprehensive medical weight loss program, my products, and also resources. Okay, so today, feel free to post in the comments. And if you're not watching live today, put hashtag replay and post any questions or comments. All right, so today's session topic is about maintaining a healthy weight. Maintaining a healthy weight. So let's talk about the 3 M's. 1, mindset. 2, meal prep. And 3, movement. So again, we're going to talk about the 3 M's today: mindset, meal prep, and movement. So these 3 things are important to maintaining a healthy weight. All right. But before I jump into explaining the 3 M's, let's ask ourselves a question. Why should I maintain a healthy weight? Think about that. Do you want to reduce your cancer risk? Yes. Do I need to prevent or manage diabetes? Yes. Do I want to prevent heart disease and stroke? Yes. Do I want strong bones and teeth? Of course, yes. Do I want a better mood? Do I want to be happy? Yes. Improve my memory? Of course, yes. And improve your gut health. How you absorb your food is also important. We all want that, okay? So if you said yes to all of these questions, you want to live a fulfilling and healthy lifestyle. Is that not correct? That's correct. So let's jump into the first M, mindset. Mindset is the biggest key to maintaining your weight, maintaining a healthy weight is your mindset, right? So don't tear yourself down. Start from a place of love and acceptance. See yourself as someone who is empowered, right? Instead of looking for problems, look for opportunity and ditch the all or nothing thinking and focus on the small changes that you can do consistently. Start with now, right? Okay. So the buzzword and trend these days, besides mindset, is mindfulness. Mindfulness. So mindfulness is the practice of directing your awareness to the present, not the past or the future, but the now, the present, right? So not only can you be mindfulness to boost your empathy, your sleep better, reduce your stress levels. Boy, do we need to do that now, right? Your stress levels, you can also use it to better your relationship with food, all right? So it betters your relationship in food, and in turn, you maintain a healthy weight, okay? So let's talk about mindful eating. Mindful eating is the practice of being present as you eat, right? So mindfulness, we talked about being present now, not the past, not the future. So mindful eating is being present as you eat, like before, during, and after, right? Okay, so it's all about the experience of eating. It's about giving your full attention, no judging, and focus on noticing the way that your food tastes, it smells, it looks, and how it makes you feel. Okay, so when you are conscious about what you're putting in your body, you live healthier, you choose healthier, nourishing foods, right? You make better choices, all right? So yes. So anyways, in regards to mindful eating, I have 5 top tips to think about, when you're eating, all right? So the first one, check in with yourself. before eating, during, and after. Take a pause. Pausing allows you to eat more purposefully, right? Are you hungry? Okay, think about if you're hungry. If you're not hungry, don't eat. That's being mindful, right? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling upset? Okay, so these are the certain things that you need to think about before choosing, that certain food or choosing to eat at that particular time. Also think about if you're still hungry. Are you getting full? Are you satisfied? The other thing is eat small portions, eat about like 2/3 of your plate and leave the rest. Because most of the time we are done once we eat about 2/3 of our plate. We don't have to eat the full plate, right? I know grandmom says eat the full plate, right? so anyways, also slow down. Number 2, slow down. Savor every bite of your meal, of your food. Be fully aware by looking, smelling, lifting, opening your mouth, chewing, tasting, swallowing. All of those things are so important to savor that bite of food, all right? Chew your food thoroughly. Do you know how many times you're supposed to chew one bite? How many times do you chew one bite? 30 times. Can you sit there and count 30 times you chew that bite? I don't think I even get to one sometimes because I'm always rushing. So can you imagine 30 bites? All right, so yes, chew your food thoroughly. It releases the flavors and provides more nutrients when you break it down into smaller bits and swallow, okay? The other thing, avoid distractions. Avoid distractions. Who's always distracted? I know a lot of us are distracted nowadays, right? There's a lot going on in the world right now, and we're distracted by many things. So when you're eating, turn off the TV. The TV is a big distraction. Social media is a big distraction, okay? So when you are less distracted, you're less likely to overeat, you're less likely to make poor food choices, and you're less likely to ignore the signs that you are full, right? Okay, so mindful eating is solely focusing on the food in front of you, not your emails, not the TV, not the magazines, not Snapchat, not TikTok, none of those things, right? You're being one with your food, okay? All right, number 4, notice your feelings without judgment when you're eating. Instead of approaching meals with dread or fear that you may overeat, approach them with a sense of joy and excitement, right? Savor each delicious bite, like, good, right? Okay, and so it's not easy. This all takes time. These tips are not something that you're going to do like every day. You may forget, right? But it takes time, okay? But just start where you are and just think about these few tips, okay? The last one is express gratitude. Before, during, and after eating, just give thanks. All right, think about how the food was cultivated, consider the food itself, think about the person that fixed the food, right? Thank God for that person that fixed that food, right? Okay, so this all brings attention back to the meal and, and then stepping away from distraction with your eating, okay? So I hope these 5 mindful eating tips are helpful in living that healthy lifestyle. So let me go over it one more time, just in case you missed one. All right, the first one is check in with yourself. Am I hungry? Number 2, slow down. Does this food taste good? Number 3, avoid the distractions. No TikTok or Snapchat at the table, right? Okay. Number 4, notice your feelings without judgment. Am I anxious about this meal? Number 5, express gratitude. Give thanks. All right. So The next M. Who's ready for the next M? All right. I just noticed that I can't see comments, but let me make sure. Okay. All right. The next M is meal prepping. Prepping a healthy meal. Let's talk about that, okay? So let's dive in just a little bit with some of the basics about nutrition. I am not a nutritionist by any means. I'm board certified physician and obesity medicine specialist, but I know something. So let's talk about a little bit of nutritional basics so you can make informed decisions and make informed decisions on healthy choices, right? All right. So let's talk about your macronutrients, and those are your carbs, your proteins, and your fats. So all of these work together in order to keep you healthy and moving right along, right? Living that best life, right? Okay. We also need micronutrients as well, which are your vitamins and minerals. Those are important, but just in a smaller amount. But come back tomorrow at 12 p.m. because I'll be discussing why supplements, your vitamins, minerals are important. So don't miss out. Just a little plug there. Okay. So let's dive into why we need our carbs, protein, and fats, right? So these are all found in foods in different proportions. They provide your body with what you need for it to work effectively. So these are your energy sources in order for everything in your body, me talking, my heart beating, my lungs, to breathe, everything. These three energy sources are used every day in your body. All right. Okay. So carbohydrates, protein, and fats. So the dietary guidelines for Americans recommend that adults get the following amounts of proteins, carbs, and fats. So carbohydrates, a person needs about 130 grams daily. So that's around 45 to 65 of your daily caloric intake, all right? So that should be from carbs. 45 to 65% of your daily caloric intake should be from carbs. The other thing is protein. Protein daily for females, you need about 46 grams per day, and males need about 56 grams. So that's around 10 to 30% of your daily caloric intake. Fats, you need around 20 to 35% of your daily caloric intake of that. However, these guidelines can be altered. Listen again, these guidelines can be altered depending on the individual's needs. So if you're wanting to lose weight, you're going to change these percentage. Also, if you're diabetic or have heart disease, you want to change these percentages as well. All right. Okay. So let's dive into carbs. This is our favorite, right? I love carbs. I know a lot of people love carbs, but let's talk about it a little bit. So like I said, in the guidelines, your daily caloric intake, you need about 45 to 65%. So that's about 130 grams daily. So with the carbs, what does it do? It provides energy for your body. It breaks down into glucose, which is like fast energy for your body. And any unused glucose, any unused sugar gets stored in your liver for later. And excess, what does excess do? Excess carbohydrates or glucose turns into fat. All right. So don't forget about that. Excess carbs turn into fat. All right. So there's two different types. There's simple and there's complex. So your simple carbohydrates or your refined sugars, which are the bad ones. The bad ones, the refined sugars are bad. So you find these in white bread, rice, pasta, cookies, candy, soft drink. Are y'all saying yum? Cakes as well. And these things can lead to obesity because due to excess carbohydrates. A lot of these things have a lot of sugar, and just be mindful of that. But in your complex, which are your good, which includes fiber and starches, you get these complex sugars in your fruits, your veggies, your whole grains, wheat, and like I said, fiber as well. All right, so complex. So you can find those in, like I said, fruit and vegetables. You have some starchy vegetables like sweet potatoes. You can find your complex as well. Quick question. Is too much carbs bad for you? Yes, yes. So too much carbs can lead to obesity, it can lead to diabetes, and so much more, okay? So be mindful in your intake of carbohydrates, okay? All right, the next macronutrient, the next energy source for your body is protein. So like I said before, females, 46 grams daily, males, 56 grams. And like I said, you can tweak these depending on your individual needs, all right? So protein is called the building block because every cell in your body requires it, right? Our muscles require it. Our blood cells require it. Every cell in our body requires protein. And pretty much all your lean tissue in our body is comprised of protein, all right? So protein also helps you repair your current cells and build new ones. So your intake of that can repair current cells and build new ones. And you can find protein in lean meat, not fatty meat, lean meat, fish, eggs, soy, beans, nuts, some veggies, also meal replacements, which I usually do for my breakfast, and protein shakes. You can find protein in that as well. And another question for you, is too much protein bad for you? Not necessarily, but you may endure some intestinal discomfort, constipation, indigestion, and dehydration, okay? So just be aware of those. And then lastly, the other energy source, fats. So you still need fats. Not all fats are bad. So let's discuss that a little bit. So you need around 20 to 25% of your daily caloric intake to be fats, okay? So fats are used to give your body energy, of course, that was our third energy source, and support cell growth. It also protects your organs and helps your body keep warm. So we're about to go into winter. A lot of people are like, oh, my comfort food is very fatty and stuff. Don't eat too much, but yes, we do need a little bit on our body as we go into winter, right? Okay, so some fats as well help you absorb some nutrients, absorbs your nutrients, and also produce important hormones as well, okay? So it is important in our metabolic processes and things like that as well. But let's talk about it a little bit more. So there are 4 types of fats that we eat. Who knows the 4 types? So we have the saturated fat, we have the trans fat, we have the monounsaturated fat, we have the polyunsaturated fat. So 2 are good and 2 are bad. So which are those? So the 2 bad ones are saturated and trans fat. Those are no-nos, right? And the 2 good ones are the monounsaturated and the polyunsaturated fats, all right? So saturated fats, let me tell you where you can find these things and how to avoid. So saturated fats, you're going to try to avoid these, right? So you can commonly find these in meat and dairy products. So moderation key, because we do need a little bit of milk and a little bit of cheese because they have other nutrients and vitamins, minerals, and things like that in those things as well. Saturated fats, why are they bad? Is because they can increase your cholesterol levels, especially the LDL. So when you go to the doctors and you check your cholesterol levels, You get a report back of your total cholesterol, your HDL, LDL, and there's some other DLs and everything in that report. So the good cholesterol is the HDL and your bad cholesterol is the LDL. So the HDL, we want to have a higher HDL and a lower LDL, right? So saturated fats increase your LDL. So that's the bad cholesterol, all right? So that's why I say stay away from that, right? And also with too much of a good thing, this can block your arteries over time, all right? So limit your intake of saturated fats. Trans fats, avoid at all cost, okay? So a lot of companies, food companies, have tried to take this out of their production of foods and things like that. So you may see like on different boxes or jars, no trans fat. Hopefully that is correct, right? So avoid at all costs, all right? So you can find trans fats in fried foods, donuts, baked goods like cakes, pies, biscuits, frozen pizza, cookies. Should I go on? So even margarine sticks, you can have some trans fats in that as well, okay? So trans fats can raise your LDL as well. I just spoke about that. Your HDL is your good cholesterol, LDL is your bad. So trans fats will raise your bad cholesterol, your LDL, and it will lower your good cholesterol levels. So we want our good cholesterol levels to go up. We want our bad cholesterol to go down. So trans fat is not good for you, period. End of discussion, okay? So stay away from those things. Okay, the other thing that trans fats do is increases your risk of heart disease and stroke. It's also associated with higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Have I scared you yet? So try to stay away altogether from trans fats, all right? All right, let's talk about the good. That was getting me sad for a second there. Okay, so let's talk about the good fat. So good fat is found in fatty fish, like salmon. It's also found in nuts, it's found in seeds and avocado. Who doesn't like a good avocado toast? I do. Okay, these good fats contain omega-3 fatty acids, which are good. So like I said, you can find them in fatty fish like salmon, trout, herring, tuna, mackerel. Those are some of the fish you can find the good fat in. Nuts, walnuts, almonds, cashews. You can also find them in seeds like sesame, pumpkins out now, right? So if you're decorating pumpkins, scoop out those seeds, put them in the oven, roast them, and that's a good snack, all right? Flax seeds. And then even, some cooking oils or oils that you may put on your salad, olive oil, canola are good, even safflower oils are good as well, okay? So have I made y'all hungry? So what's on your plate tonight? I know it's almost dinner, so hopefully this will give you some good ideas of what you're gonna put on your plate tonight, okay? Or what you're gonna alleviate from your plate, right? So I know we talk about mindset and mindful eating. You can use that tonight as well, okay? All right, so definitely when you're thinking about meal prepping, you're going to choose your vegetables. You're going to choose, make sure you have fruits, your grains, your whole grains, fat-free, or actually not fat-free, but low-fat dairy if you have to have milk or cheese or yogurt or soy or something like that. Choose a variety of protein in your food. So you have your lean meats, you have your poultry, seafood is good and all that. Don't forget your nuts and seeds as well. and then your oils, all right? Okay, so I know that was a lot in that second M, right? But it's important. You need the energy sources, you need the good energy sources to make sure you maintain that healthy weight and make sure you're maintaining that healthy lifestyle to live your best life, right? Okay, so number 3, not number 3, but the third M is movement. Movement, right? Movement is important to maintaining that healthy weight and that healthy lifestyle, right? So we're not going to be healthy just sitting in these chairs on Zoom all day, right? We've been doing a lot of that, right? But make sure, even if you have these Zoom meetings or the kids are on their Zoom in school, make sure you take breaks. Breaks are important. Get up, do some jumping jacks, do some squats, take a walk in your yard or, or in the neighborhood or something like that. It's important. Get your exercise, get your workout in, however you do it, whether it's at the gym. I haven't gone to the gym yet. I know some are open, but just not comfortable just yet. So the gym, in your home, outdoors, get outdoors before it gets too cold. So, there's different things you can do to move, right? So why is movement important? Why is exercise and getting regular exercise and regular physical activity important? Okay. Why is it important? So it's important because it promotes strong muscles and bones. Who wants weak bones and our muscles can't even lift up our arms, right? So it promotes strong muscles and bones. It improves your respiratory, your cardiovascular health, and just your overall health altogether. It helps you maintain a healthy weight. That's what we're talking about today. Don't forget. Reduce your risk of diabetes, heart disease, reduce your risk of some cancers, and it helps improve your mood, right? I know when I get my workout in, I feel so much better. Who doesn't, right? It improves your sleep. I know when I do that, I have the best sleep ever, right? What about you? Okay, and also it improves your sex life. Don't forget about that. That's important, okay? So before you start any exercise regimen, consult with your doctor first, all right? What exercises do you like? Yep. So anyways, I mostly enjoy dancing. Dancing is a good cardiovascular workout, right? The other thing, I enjoy walking, not in the cold though. So I'm gonna try to do that more before it gets cold outside. Who likes running? I tried that for a few years and, it wasn't my thing, but it may be yours, right? So running is good as well. And lifting is good to strengthen these muscles and bones and everything as well. And then like I was talking about before, your exercise can be done anywhere. Like I dance in my house. My kids watch me. They think it's a form of entertainment. I'm like, okay, I'll be entertaining you, but I'm getting my workout in, right? So yeah, so I can do that at home easily. And then, lifting, you can have few things you can use. You have dumbbells, you can buy dumbbells, resistance bands to have your own home gym, basically. Outdoors, you're walking, running, what have you. And if you're one of those that need to go into the gym, do your thing. Okay. All right. So how much exercise is good enough? How much is good enough? So the goal is to get 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise per week. So how do you know which one is if you're doing moderate or if you're doing vigorous exercise? So once you're active, once you're getting going, once you think you're doing something, right? Just try talking. So if you're breathing so hard, but you can still have a conversation easily, you're doing moderate intensity activity. If you're trying to talk and you can only say a few words before you have to take a breath, that is vigorous amounts, vigorous intensity activity. All right. So that's how you can differentiate the difference. So I think I'm mostly a moderate. So yeah. Okay, so when you're exercising or getting your workout in, make sure